Well, newly crowned Premier League Manager of the Month for August, Jurgen Klopp has completed his pre-match press conference at Melwood ahead of tomorrow's Premier League clash against Newcastle United. Injury updates, Naby Keita is expected to be back in training next week. He won't be back in time for the Napoli game, but he could be back at Melwood in full training from this time next week. No timescale as yet on the return of Alisson Becker. He had lunch again with Jurgen Klopp today. But he stressed that it was a serious injury. Still no date on his actual return. He was hoping he would be back in action after the international break, but he's not ready yet. Newcastle tomorrow then under Steve Bruce, not Rafa Benitez, and Klopp did give some real praise to Newcastle. He pointed out in the game against Tottenham that Newcastle only had 20% of possession but still won the game, and deservedly so. So he's fully aware that Liverpool could have a lot of the ball tomorrow, but we'll still have a lot of work to do to keep the Magpies at bay. Sadio Mane was on record this week for really rubbishing claims, though, linking in with Real Madrid and saying how happy he was at Anfield. Klopp really backed it up by pointing out that it's the same situation for most of his players. They're all very happy at Anfield, but it's their responsibility to keep that harmonious feeling around the club. And he pointed out that they only have to look around the dressing room to look at the standard of other players that they're playing with at the moment, and to ask the question, well, why would they want to go anywhere else? Looking ahead to Napoli next week, there was some concern raised this week following images on social media of the state of Napoli's dressing rooms. Klopp didn't really want to make too much of that. He said he pointed out that the video could be old. He's not really sure, but as long as there's a facility for showers and a pitch to play on, then he's not going to be too concerned. He won't make too much of that until nearer the time. So a 12:30 kick-off against Newcastle tomorrow at Anfield. Jurgen really hinting that he'd like a good atmosphere despite it being a lunchtime kick-off. I'm sure the Anfield crowd will provide it. Liverpool looking to extend their lead at the top of the Premier League tomorrow against Newcastle. Richard Garnett for TEAMtalk at Melwood.